let's go ahead and get this Christmas show on the road. What do you say?
Well, I say the Christmas rails shall be off in no time, like the shoes of a squirrel.
Like the shoes of a squirrel. Wow. Do squirrels wear shoes?
Apparently, well, not on Christmas. Apparently, I don't know.
I don't know. All right. This is Barely Furcasting, featuring Taebyn, an Injured Nerves audio production. Well, Moobarkfluff, and a very Merry Christmas to every fur in the Potiverse. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, we hope you're having a very joyous day with whatever day you do celebrate. I am Barely Normal, the bearer of good news. And with me is that funny pup, that funny fur, that cute canine Taebyn. How the fluff are you, Taebyn, on this Christmas day?
Well, thanks for asking. It is Christmas Day, and it's very exciting and wonderful. One thing that's made it so wonderful is, Santa came, and I opened my little puppy presents already today with my little pawsies. Santa brought me a new collar and a new bowl, puppy dish, and 2 new scarves for cons, for example. So, and they're very pretty, very beautiful. So it's very neat. And, this time of year, Christmas, it always makes me feeling Santa-mental. I mean, after all, during this time of year, Santa's presence is required. And really, those puns, they really slay me.
Oh.
And wow, so how are you, Mr. Barely?
That was rapid fire punning right there, I have to tell you. I'm very impressed with that.
Yay,
rapid
Christmas.
Fire puns.
It's a Christmas miracle,
Christmas.
I tell you.
I don't have any Christmas puns. I wonder why I don't have any Christmas puns. Why did I not pull puns out of my hat?
Because you haven't conjured them up in your brain yet. We still have the rest of the pupisode for that to happen.
We do have the rest of the pupisode. And hopefully, if anybody's listening to this on Christmas morning, God bless you.
Yeah,
bless
you're
us,
amazing.
one and all.
Like, wouldn't that be just amazing and kind of sad at the same time if this were like some first present to themselves was to listen to this Christmas morning?
Their Christmas morning present is to listen to Barely Furcasting featuring Taebyn. Oh,
well,
if we're your present, hi.
Yeah, that's really all we can say about that. And so that's great.
Well, no, Christmas. I mean, it's Christmas, and 1 week it's New Year's, so
it is.
It's the holiday season, and we are well seasoned, I guess. I don't know.
Like a good Christmas chipmunk trying to stuff his face with acorns. Where am I going with this? I'm just not even going to try anymore.
I don't know. No idea where you're going
It's the
with
squirrel
that,
shoes that has kind of set me off.
Squirrel shoes. Does he have socks in those shoes?
Yeah. So I was just.
I hope. This is. Little squirrel socks, little tiny squirrel socks in his little tiny squirrel shoes. So let's get to the weekly challenge. So write in and tell us what you're going to do for New Year's Eve next week. And we shall chat about it on the Poddercast.
As they say in Denmark, apparently the Poddercast. And if you are listening to this like later after New Year's, you can still write in and say, here's what I did on New Year's. And then you can say more than that. Or if you just want to say the phrase, here's what I did on New Year's, and that's it. That would be fine too.
Yes.
It'd be short story. But
absolutely. Short stories, yes. Little short stories of the 4th of July? No, the New Year's Eve. Why did I say 4th of July?
It's the squirrel socks, I tell you.
I tell you, it's the squirrel socks. All right.
Socks.
All
Speaking
right.
of which, I have 2 pieces of trivia for you, Mr. Barely. In Japanese, the word heijutsu means it's along the lines of the idea of strategy. But it turns out if you Google that word to find out actually what it means, Google will tell you that it means Yang Fire Dog.
Yang Fire Dog. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it did. I don't know what that is either, but I thought, so that's a bit of trivia.
Yang is that wait a minute, a fire dog is a Dalmatian, so is it a Dalmatian named Yang? It's in Chinatown.
Maybe.
It's a Dalmatian at the fire department in Chinatown. Yeah, there we go.
Or a Japantown. But maybe, I guess they could speak Japan Japanese in Chinatown?
Well, I think Chinatown is the loose term for the Asian community, whatever city you're in.
There you. Okay, we got it.
Yeah.
We figured it out. Google, you thought you had us, but you don't. And my other piece of trivia is that there's a Christmas alphabet. And the Christmas alphabet only has 25 letters because there is Noel.
Noel.
Frozen in time. We're frozen.
We had to sing that when I was in grade school.
Time.
Silent Night. And unfortunately, it's not a silent night if you have beans for dinner. Oh, my cow. Well, I think we should get to the past today.
Oh,
What
well,
say you?
I think that would be good, yes.
Yes, let's get to the past today. So, first of all, FC. As you mentioned last week, you said it was Martin Luther King Day, and I said, no, it's President's Day. Well, I had that confused with my other convention that I go to in February for fireworks, which is also a 5-day con, but that's on President's Day weekend, and FC is, of course, on Martin Luther King Day. So, there's that. And so, we all know that sometimes my little bear brain gets mixed up with things because I have so many irons in my fires, as they say. The other thing we need to discuss is sardines. Now, sardines is an interesting topic, but sardines are a tiny fish of the pilchard family. Now, that's not the guy down the street, the pilchards. That's not the same family down the street.
The pilchards, yeah. I went to dinner with them the other night, so I didn't like them too much. I'm glad it's not with them.
They hold barbecues once in a while. They're pretty cool. Anyway, a sardine can be any one of almost 22 different species.
22? Wow.
Yeah, 22 different species. It's amazing, isn't it? So they can be harvested in all of the oceans, and they are packed like sardines, quote unquote, into little tiny rectangular tins. Now,
which is where the phrase came from.
Yes, exactly. It's packed in like sardines. So the global harvest of sardines peaked in 1983 when are you ready for this? Over 12 million metric tons were caught and packaged.
That's like a lot of little fishies.
Yeah, that's a lot of little fishies. Now, the average over time now, it's come down to about 2 million metric tons, which is still a lot of little fishies.
Still a lot of little fishies, yeah.
That's a lot of little fishies in tiny little cans. But the number one use of sardines is for human consumption, which is, humans, and in some cases furs. I've seen furs eating sardines at cons. And what are they? Candy cane flavored or candy cane flavored sardines or sardine flavored candy canes. Either way. I think candy cane flavored sardines would be much better than sardine flavored candy canes.
I think so. I really think so.
Because if I open up a can of sardines and it tastes like peppermint, I'd eat them all day long.
I know. Put them on my pizza. Oh, yeah.
Here we are talking about fish on Christmas Day. The number one use of sardines, of course, is for human consumption. And fish meal, which is not a meal for fish, but it's like a meal that you grind up and put in other things.
Oh.
You've heard of like wheat meal and that kind of meal. Yeah. And fish oils. So most of the time when you say something has got a fish oil in it, it's from a sardine. So fish in the 5 3/4 to 6. Wait a minute. Let me say that again. Fish of these 22. Wow, this is really getting complicated over fish.
I can't wait to hear this episode when it comes out.
Like, wow, this is going to be in the best of. I can see it already. So fish, little sardines that are between 5 3/4 inches and 6 inches are what are canned. Okay, that's what they put in the little rectangular can. The rest go into fish oil and the other reasons for the harvesting the sardines. Now, they could also be used for bait for larger fishes. And for those of you that are wondering if you've never eaten a sardine, you can buy sardines with or without the head on.
Hi.
Yes. Hi. And you eat the whole fish. Bones, head, fins, and all.
I'm not a fan.
Take it out of the can. Take it out of the can and munch, 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 munch. So yeah, you could dip it in ketchup or hot sauce or mustard.
I
all
would
sorts of
dip it in the
reasons.
toilet and leave it there and go back to my pizza
Flush it. Why would you buy it in the first place?
so that I can flush it, of course.
Yeah. Now, deboned, chopped up, and put on pizza, they're called anchovies.
Yeah, okay.
It's the same fish.
Same fish.
It's the same exact fish.
Why do they change the name? Because I don't know.
Because who wants a pizza with sardines on it?
Right, when you can have a pizza with anchovies on it.
Anchovies, absolutely, yes.
That makes sense. That makes sense. If you're going to open up a tin of fish, you don't want them to be anchovies. That'd be icky. I'd rather have the sardines, I guess.
I guess, yeah. So in fact, when you eat the skin and the bones, that's where most of the nutrition is in the fish.
Yeah. Oh, the bones too.
The bones too. That's where all the. I mean, it's crunchy. It's not going to make you choke or anything because they're little tiny little fishy bones.
Yeah.
And with the brine that they put them in, it makes them gelatinous, so they're not really.
Yeah,
it's really gross if you think about it.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking it's really gross.
It's really, really gross. But people eat them all the time. I mean, in 1984,
people are gross.
In 1983, they ate 12 million metric tons of the damn things.
That's true. So
worldwide, what are you going to do?
Wow, that was a gross time to be living in, apparently.
Well, if it was a gross, it would have been 144 million metric tons. Yes. But seriously, folks. Yeah.
I'm here on Tuesdays. Actually, Barely's here on Tuesdays. I'm just sitting here. I don't.
Yes.
I don't know.
We're all here. We're here every day. So,
That's
even if you
true.
want to, we are here every day on Telegram. Just listen on Telegram, chat with us on Telegram. We're here every day. Anyway, so the next question I have for you, Taebyn.
Yes.
Did you watch Captain Archer's Christmas tree video?
I did. And
do you like my decorations?
Yeah. So, wow, that was very weird and disturbing all at the same time. And when Tree first said what you just said, the decorations thing, it's like, okay, well, that's kind of cute, I guess. But by the end, it's like, and he says it at the end, it's like, okay, this is creepy. This is the stuff that nightmares are made of. And bye-bye. So what I see, that was really interesting.
It was really, really interesting.
So for all you furs that are listening, Barely will put the link to the Christmas tree video on the website. So you can see what we're talking about. And that'll be right in and let us know how disturbing and how many nightmares you have now had because of it.
Right.
So thank you, Captain Archer.
Right. Thank you, Captain Archer, for that wonderful Christmas video. It was wonderful. My
Christmases will never be the same.
So since this is Christmas morning, I think everybody should stop and find that link and put it on the big screen while you're opening presents. Yes.
With your
just
family,
pause the
your
fireplace.
relatives. And
yes. Pause the fireplace video and put this on instead.
There you go. You don't need to hear Bing Crosby sing Christmas songs anymore. Just put the Christmas tree thing up and put that on repeat, and that'll be great Christmas dinner background to have.
Yes, absolutely. That brings us to our media section today.
I have a few past todays, though.
Oh, do you have a past today?
I do.
Oh, well, then why don't you get to it?
Okay. So, last time
on BFFT,
where the girls still had their socks and their shoesies on, apparently. So you wondered something about Schrodinger's cat, because the previous... Schrodinger. I can't say that. How do you say it again? I always mispronounce that.
Repeat after me. Shro. Ding.
Schrodinger.
There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Wag your tail.
I wag. Yeah. CEU earned for this pup.
Yes.
So last time you wondered something about Schrodinger's cat, because the previous episode, I talked about it, math and everything. It turns out that in answer to what you were wondering about last week, it turns out that it's a simple answer because it's all just clause and effect.
Oh,
So,
yes.
So there's that. But seriously, folks, last week, season 2, episode 33, we talked about Post Malone, and I was wondering are we talking about Post Malone? You said, I don't know. So I went back and listened, and it's because very important here. It's because in the episode that we first talked about it, we talked about how the postman brought you something, and then we did what we do and go off the rails, and hence Post Malone. And so then I talked about Post Malone. So that's how that all happened. Isn't that exciting?
That is exciting. I remember we said Post Malone. Leave the postman alone. Leave the postman alone. Yes.
And so that
was
the
happened. Connection. Yes.
And then I was like, is Post Malone a thing? And you're like, yeah, I think it's a thing. Anyway, yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Dots also, connected. Finally.
Dots are totally, the fluff is connected. I know all you furs out there have been waiting for 2 weeks to find out, how is this even connected to anything?
Why is this even a thing? Well, if anybody's listened to us for a long time, they know that things just happen. So
that's why it's just a thing.
Yes.
So last time I mentioned the phrases that we both use all the time, and I think everyone uses them, but I mentioned the phrases write us in and research it out are phrases we commonly use. And I mentioned last time that I'd been thinking about it, like, those phrases don't actually, if you think about the words, that doesn't even actually make sense. So I actually researched it. Really, write us in and research it out actually grammatically make no sense. In context, you could say, write us in 2 weeks, and that makes sense, but that's not like how we've been using it. More correct is, so grammar time, I guess.
Ooh, on Grammar Police. Here we are. Police. It's the Grammar Police. Yes.
Because she robbed a bank, and so now we have to get the Grammar Police.
Yes.
Grandpa's pretty and happy about it.
Yeah, Grandpa's not happy about it at all.
Now I have to bail you out and everything. It's horrible. So write to us or write us is more correct, although write to us is the grammatically correct version. And you could say write in could work, but it's more commonly used in regards to voting, a write-in vote.
Yes.
So those are those things. And as far as research it out goes, that's bad grammar. Bad grammar. Don't go to jail. No cookie.
Don't go to bad grammar. Bad grammar.
And for example, in an extreme example, to research it out could be interpreted as find a way to reject the vaccine, like research it out.
Okay.
But like more grammar-ish-esque good, which is not what I just said.
Grammar-ish-esque good. Oh, wow. Language speak well you do.
Oh, no.
And Taebyn has lost it. He's had way too much eggnog.
Oh my cow. So I was trying to say very ungrammatically that the good grandma, the one that stays at home and makes cookies for us all day, would be research it and find out the answer would be the grammatically correct ways to say that.
Yes.
But wow, that was a journey, and I'm going to stop. I'm stopping with that.
You're going to stop that journey. Stop that journey. Stop that pigeon. Stop that pigeon.
So, stop the pigeon. 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 Ow. Nab him, jab him, tab him, grab him. Stop that pigeon. No.
Do you remember that cartoon?
Oh, no. Was that a thing?
That was a thing. Oh, well, now we have something else to discuss.
We do. Okay. I'm excited.
Stop that pigeon.
So many things.
Yes. You'll have to learn about that. Well, you know what time it is? It is time to post the link for 5 Minute Furs, because I promised all the furs that we would post this link today. So happening
now. Oh yeah, the timing is. I'm sure I did the laughing fit thing for the exact perfect amount of time. Because now it's perfect timing.
Yes, perfect timing. As Steve Martin said once in a while, a long time ago when he was first starting out, he said, the thing about comedy is you have to have good timing. No, timing. That's what it is. Timing, not timing. Yeah,
and don't forget to put the emphasis on the right syllable.
That's right. While we're waiting, I think I'm going to make a phone call to Santa. What do you say? Would you like to talk to Santa?
I would. That's right. I got to talk to Santa last year, and I would love to do so again. Do you still have his number? Can we still do this?
I still have his number. Yeah, he didn't block me last year after I called him, so
Good.
which is good.
I remember it was a close one, so that's
it
right.
was
that's
it was
right.
it was a very unique number, and I was able to retain it. And when I called him to check to see if it was okay to call to talk to him, he said yes. So
That's really good because I actually have a few questions stirring in my and I'd love to thank him personally for the scarves and everything that he got me, but I also have a few questions for him, it turns out, so this actually works out pretty well. Yeah, so let's do this. I'm all for it.
All right.
Hello, North Pole, Santa speaking.
Hello, is this Santa?
Well, it's not the Easter Bunny. Sorry. Yeah, it's Santa. I'm just really tired. Who's this?
Oh, Santa! Oh my cow, Santa! Oh, hi. Sorry. This is Taebyn. You came by my house last night and you left me all sorts of things.
Peppermint Wasabi. Wake up. I need that manifest from last night.
What was that elf's name again?
Peppermint Wasabi. His father was an elf from Japan. It's a long story.
Okay.
Snitson, get off that sleigh. There's plenty of food for you in the stable. Where's the reindeer elf? Taebyn.
Hi.
Taebyn. Yes, here you are. Taebyn. Puppy. Good boy.
Oh.
Better than last year. Stop torturing Tail. Still terrorizes small animals by trying to teach them to chase their tails. But on the good list.
Oh, yeah.
New bowl, 2 new scarves for cons.
Ooh, yes, that's wonderful, and yes, thank you so much for those. They're very beautiful, and I've already used them all over the place already. They're wonderful. But I was kind of wondering something. So you go all around the world in one night only, and you deliver all these toys to all good boys, good girls, and good furs. How? I mean, I get this puppy brain can't even imagine. How do you do that?
Taebyn, that's a very good question. It's simple and complex all at the same time. I have the ability to freeze time. It's a skill I learned centuries ago from Raja Ghul.
Oh.
It's very convenient when delivering presents. In fact, if time were to continue as I delivered, it would take about 8 Santa months. And I'll let you in on a little secret. We've started utilizing the Amazon model to deliver the presents.
Smart.
We now have a fleet of 750 sleighs and staff that look like me.
Wow, that's amazing. I never would have thought of something like that. So I got another question, actually, since you're here. Does like everyone give you cookies?
Thor, I need someone to start cleaning up this mess. No, I don't care that you had too much eggnog to celebrate last night. And no, you can't have the whiskey from the sleigh that I got from Scotland. Sorry, Taebyn. These elves are just starting to stir. Most of them have a hard time waking up before their first cup of hot chocolate. What was it you were asking? Oh, cookies. Yeah, not everyone gives me cookies. Thank the snow gods. I mean, I'm fat, but I don't need to be that fat.
Oh.
Actually, in Scotland, they leave me whiskey. In Denmark, I get rice pudding. In Germany, I get sausages. And in the UK, I get sherry and mince pie. And for some reason, in Argentina, they leave me shoes.
Huh,
First
really?
time I didn't even take them. There was an uprising saying I didn't exist.
Oh.
So now, on Christmas morning, there are a bunch of shoeless Argentinian kids. Thor, I said clean up, not drink the eggnog. Hang on.
Santa, are you still there?
Okay, I'm back. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Well, I think it's adorable about the Argentinian shoes. I'm not sure how that started either, but that's just adorable. But actually, yes, I'd like to know, because, you're very, very busy one day of the year, as far as we know. What do you do in the off season?
Well, after we clean up the shop and empty the sleigh, The missus and I have reservations for a cruise to Mexico in 2 weeks. It's a
Oh,
nice change of pace from the cold, and Christmas food is warm and spicy. I love that guacamole. We actually shut down operations here for a month. Most of the elves head out on vacation. A few have jobs with St. Patrick as substitute leprechauns.
nice, nice.
Oh no, the tree just fell over and 4 elves fell out. I need to go. Thanks for calling.
Oh my cow! Well, that's quite a catastrophe you've got there. Well, you're so welcome, Santa. And thank you again for the nice collar and bowl and scarves, and they're so wonderful, and I can't wait actually to get back to them. I just love them so much. Maybe next year I will wait up for you and give you a big hug when you come in.
Well, that'd be nice, but it would mess up my magic. Remember, no boy, girl, or fur can see me delivering the presents.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sprinkles! Get in here and get these eggnog-sloshed elves to bed. I really need to say goodbye, Taebyn.
Oh, okay, you get back to them. Have a good day. Bye-bye, Santa.
I have better luck hiring pixies to do this if they don't start cleaning up their act.
That was fun. You had a nice chat with Santa Claus.
Yeah, that was fun. I feel bad for the little elves that fell out of the tree, though, but I hope they're going to be okay.
It kind of sounds like things were a little hectic up there after the Christmas
bit.
day. Who knew that things were so nasty and terrible up there after Christmas Day?
Especially once the elves wake up and haven't had their hot chocolate yet. Exactly.
Right. An elf named Thor and peppermint wasabi.
I did not
mean,
see that
come on.
coming. Exactly. That's not what I expected.
Yeah. Anyway, so. But that was kind of fun to chat with him. I think he is totally
He's
ready to take a
definitely
vacation.
ready for that Mexican guacamole, I think you mentioned. So yeah.
Yes. Which you would never eat because you don't like guacamole.
It's true. I'll
Guacamole.
leave it all the more for him. So that's great.
Let's get into our media section. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Did you hurt yourself on that one?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. Okay. Did you trip over some candy canes? I mean, oh wait, I have a question for you. Do you have a tinsel on your tree?
No. Well,
No?
I have in the past, but it's been a
Okay.
while. And these days we don't actually have a tree. We have a Christmas fig. I think we've talked about the Christmas fig.
A Christmas fig. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fig tree. Not an actual fruit,
Not
but a
a
fig
yeah.
tree.
Yeah, we just take a little fruit fig and put it on the table and put a
Hang
Santa
tiny
hat
little
on
lights
it.
on it.
And little lights on the Santa hat. It's great. Yeah, that's our Christmas.
Yes.
And we put
The
little
Christmas-
squirrel socks underneath the fig.
It's like with all the presents, I'm surprised Santa didn't mention something about the Christmas fig tree instead of the Christmas tree. Well, I guess he's
must
seen a
be
lot of
used to it
things all
by
over
now.
the country.
So, yeah. Over the years, he's seen a
Yeah.
lot of things. Yeah,
I mean, and those poor Argentinian kids with no shoes anymore. Who? Wow, I tell
exactly.
you.
I know. Like,
Yeah.
wow, they're sacrificial for their Santa.
So I watched a special. Well, it's not a special anymore. It's a movie on HBO Max called 8-Bit Christmas.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you ate a lot of things because you bit it 8 times.
I bit it 8 times. Yeah, no, 8-Bit Christmas. 8-Bit being the
the
what's the
pixely
description?
thingies. Yeah.
Pixely thingies. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. For video games. And it was a story about a little boy who was trying to get a Nintendo for
Wow.
Christmas.
That's 80s for you.
And yeah, and it was at Neil Patrick Harris was the main character
Oh, cool. Okay.
telling the story to his daughter
Okay.
when he went to his mother and father's house for Christmas, telling how he got a Nintendo for Christmas, which was kind of funny because the whole story was kind of like a newer version of the movie A Christmas Story, if anybody's familiar with that.
Oh, love that.
Mixed
With the
in with a
Ralphie
little
and
bit
stuff.
of Princess Bride.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
adorable. I have to
So the
watch
way
this
they-
now.
The way they cut back and forth was kind of like the Princess Bride going to the story and then back to the people telling the story and back and forth like that. So it was kind of
Okay.
cool that way. I liked it. My friend came over to watch it, and 3 minutes in, he said, "Is that Neil Patrick Harris?" I said, "Yep." He said, "I hate him," and he fell asleep.
Is
My
this
friend, Not Neil
this-
Patrick Harris. So,
Oh,
but-
yeah. Is this the same friend that like you talked about, like always talks through every moment of every movie?
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
a great thing that he didn't like
He
Neil.
fell
It
asleep.
worked out.
Yes,
It worked out
it
really
worked
well
out
for you.
great. Yes, it worked out great. In fact, so Oh, I love him, but we were watching Family Guy the other day
Yeah.
together, and he's yakking through. I pushed pause. I said, "Would you just tell me everything you want to tell me?" Okay, are you done now? Okay, can we go back to watching the show? Thank you.
That's awesome. That's
It is
awesome.
crazy, but
Did he actually stay silent?
no.
Oh, no.
So for like 3 minutes, and then he had another thing he had to tell me. So, and the other show that we started watching, I know, good thing he just listened to the podcast because he'd get mad at me for talking about him.
About him all the time, yeah.
The other show I talked about this show last season called The Great, about Catherine the Great of Russia.
Oh, yeah. I remember you talking about that.
Season 2 finally came out. I watched the first episode just recently. Oh, wow. It's insanely funny and really, really politically incorrect. So,
oh, cool. Okay. I can't wait to watch. Yeah.
Yes, you should watch it. And if you watch it, you will know this word, huzzah.
I'm excited. Okay. I'm going to write that
down.
So,
and you've heard me say that at cons now. Every once in a while I'll say huzzah. And you're like, why are you saying that? It's from The Great.
It's from The Great. Okay. Because I've said huzzah too, but it's more in the spirit of Monty Python. So, okay. There's another reference. Okay.
There's another reference, right? And what have you, my furry friend, been watching?
Not as exciting as you. So I've still been watching South Park for lunchies. Been still watching the Goldbergs and the Flash still. Oh, but today's Goldbergs, the one we watched today was awesome. Okay, I'll say this. It's not a spoiler, but I can't help but say, in the episode we watched today, it's not about Abbott and Costello. It's about something completely different.
And now for something completely different.
And now for something completely different.
And now wow, okay, yes.
But it's actually they do the Who's on First thing. I think you've seen this episode. It's from season 5. It's
really?
So awesome that I'll send you the actual episode number and everything because it was just so
I don't remember
funny how they
that
did
episode.
It's awesome. Yeah,
I don't remember that.
So as I say, it's not really a spoiler. It's more of a heads up to every fur that when you see this and I won't even tell you what episode it is, so you'll be surprised. But it's so. I thought it was hilarious and wonderful how they did this. Anyway, so
okay.
Anyway, that's my media for the week.
That's all your media? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's been. I was going to start because you mentioned this a week or two ago. You had asked me if I'd started the new Ruckus book that I bought at BLFC, and I hadn't yet, and I almost started it the other night. Almost.
How do you almost start a book?
Well, I brought it to my little puppy place where I read the books and stuff, and I put it down, and then I got distracted by a new Nintendo Switch game I bought. And that took care of that. So I haven't started yet, but it's
and a leaf
in the right
blew
place.
by, and there was a plant and a lamp, and so all sorts of things happened.
That was it. But it is in my little puppy place where I read my books, so it's closer. It's coming.
Okay, all right. Well, the 10 minutes are up, so I'm going to delete the link. No one has come in. Oh well. And hopefully nobody comes in at the very last minute.
Like last time.
Okay. Like last time. All right. Well, now, since it is Christmas time, I think it is time for you to give us a very special, very heartfelt thing that you do at every con, at every story time. I think that you should give for the rest of the world who have never heard this, your most famous song.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
The 12 Days of Pupmus. Yes.
Yes, my 12 Days of Pupmus. I think it's very appropriate because today is Christmas. And for any fur...
It is Pupmus.
It is Pupmus, actually. And as Bearly just said, recently at all my story times at cons, well, recently meaning now and pre-pandemic, I would always...
Well, every con, yes.
Well, so every con basically is what...
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I always do this. And so I wrote, at one point, several years ago, I wrote the 12 Days of Pupmus. And disclaimer, if you go on the interwebs, there's like 3 other versions of the 12 Days of Pupmus. But this is mine. So I did not steal it from any further. This is mine. Anyway, so here's how it goes. Shall we do this? Let's do this.
Let's do this.
On the first day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the second day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 2 puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the third day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 3 barks, 2 puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the fourth day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the fifth day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 5 hugs from Taebyn. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the sixth day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 6 tail waggings, 5 hugs from Taebyn. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the seventh day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 7 bowls of bouncing, 6 tail waggings, 5 hugs from Taebyn. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups and a puppy hugs so very fluffy. On the eighth day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 8 tummy rubbings, 7 bowls of bouncing, 8 tail waggings, 5 hugs from Taebyn. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the ninth day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 9 kitties fluffing, 8 tummy rubbing, 7 balls of bouncing, 6 tail waggings, 5 hugs from Taebyn. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the 10th day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 10 pups a leaping, 9 kitties fluffing, 8 tummy rubbing, 7 balls of bouncing, 6 tail waggings, 5 hugs from Taebyn. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups and a puppy pub and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the 11th day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 11 puppies pupping, 10 pups a leaping, 9 kitties fluffing, 8 tummy rubbing, 7 balls of bouncing, 6 tail waggings, 5 hugs from Taebyn. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the 12th day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me breathing.
Okay, thank you.
And not only did my true fur give me breathing, but they gave me 12 thorough brushings, 11 puppies puffing, 10 pups a leaping, 9 kitties fluffing, 8 tummy rubbing, 7 balls of bouncing, 6 tail waggings, 5 hugs from Taebyn. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 pups. Every fur now. And a puppy hug so very fluffy. I think we should try that again. Every fur together. And a
puppy hug. So very, very fluff. Wow, we shouldn't try that at all. No,
we should try that. Okay,
bad.
so I'll do it.
You just do it.
I'll do it in real time. Every fur together now. And a puppy hug so very fluffy. And there's my 12 days of Pupmas. So every fur, if you want to see this pup do it and sing along at a con, come see me at Storytime with Taebyn sometime.
I was going to say the next time you're going to be doing that will be at FC.
It's true.
Just 3 short weeks.
So every fur, if you're going to be at FC, this pup will be doing it at Storytime with Taebyn, along with Plug for Self. Taebyn sings Weird Al, so you can see that too. Not at the same time; they're 2 separate panel thingies. But
yes, because if you try and do Storytime and Taebyn Weir sings Weird Al
at the same time, like no, that's not going to. That's not going to work.
Well, I don't know. You should just do a 2-hour panel, 2 hours with Taebyn, and just do whatever you want.
And just fluff around.
You could do Weird Al songs.
Here's a product review. Now I'm going to do a story. Now I'm going to sing a Weird Al. It's just anything. So, a fun note actually about the 12 Days of Pupmus thing. I tweeted a little comic. And so let me tell you what this comic is. So it's just a one-frame thing. And there's these 4 Blue Jays just laying around playing poker and stuff with cell phones and everything. And this guy has this big, long reel of paper. Mm-hmm. And he says, do you know what... To all the Blue Jays, he says, "Do you know what this is? It's the phone bill." And the caption is, "Conrad grew to resent the 4 calling birds his true love gave to him." and it's awesome, and it's totally awesome. And so I tweeted that, and I have actually one response to that. And Sumfer tweeted back, "I thought on the 4th day it was 4 leaves to chase." And so that's awesome. So it turns out that Sumfer actually has heard this before and remembered the lyric. And so I looked at the name, and the name, it turns out, is Shanaki from the chat, actually. And they responded back and also said that they actually remember most of the words. So shout out to Shanaki, Sumfer, that actually has heard that. And you must have heard it like several times, because if you know most of the words, you must have.
Well, okay, so here's the funny thing about that. I don't know how many times I've heard that song. Countless times.
Yeah, I mean, lots.
I've heard you perform it. I've heard you practice it. I've heard you practice it like dozens of times on the way to cons. I still can't remember the words. All I know is 5 hugs from Taebyn. That's what I remember. Yes, it's like and 12 thorough brushings, because that's always very cute at the end. But that's the only 2 that I really remember off everything. So,
that's adorable.
That's adorable. Right, it's adorable. So I hate to do this to Moritz, but we really don't have anything for furries in the news.
It's true. I looked too, and I didn't see anything. I know.
It's the holiday season. There's not a lot of news happening.
There's not.
I mean,
but although maybe just for Moritz, just for you, Moritz, I'll do it just for you. A special Christmas furries. Taebyn does furries in the news for Moritz. Should I do that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, Moritz, it's all for you. If you don't listen to this, then you're naughty. You're just a bad crow. But
okay.
So now it's time for that we're not doing, because there is none, but it's just for you, Moritz.
Furries in the news.
Christmas edition. It's Christmas in the forest. Why is Christmas in the furries? Because the news said that. Christmas are in the 5 hugs from Taebyn, with the 12 thorough brushings that are the praise in the night.
All right, well, there you go.
Okay, there we go. That's
the Christmas version. Yes, since we don't have any furries in news, we do have upcoming events, though.
We do.
So, it is true. So the very next event coming up next weekend is the Painted Desert FurCon in Phoenix, Arizona, and that's December 31st to January 2nd. So if you're going to that, that's how you're spending your New Year's Eve, clearly, because you're going to that.
You can write in, but now we know.
But now we know you're doing. You're going to that event. Ha ha ha. And
I know a lot of furs are going, because I've seen a lot of furs talk about that. So.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's a new con, I hear.
Relatively, I think they're in their second, maybe third. I think they're second year, though. Yeah.
So that's in Phoenix, at the Sheraton Phoenix downtown. So have fun at the Painted Desert FurCon. Shortly after that, the very next week, of course, is the big one.
Confusion.
Yes. Yes, Queen. Yes, as the gays say. I don't know why I went there, but I'm sorry.
Either. I was wondering, where's he going with that?
Why am I doing that? I don't know. But anyway, that's at the San Jose McHenry Convention Center in San Jose, California, 13th through the 17th. We will be there. Yep. We were hoping to do a live podcast recording there again, like we do whenever we go to a con. Taebyn, of course, will be doing Storytime with Taebyn, and Taebyn sings Weird Al. So,
And I haven't decided if I'm going to participate in Floor Wars yet. I don't. So we'll see. I'm on the edge. We'll see.
I guess that will depend on what the schedule shows us for our panels.
It does. I mean, there's and there was actually talk about maybe it's going to be like an hour before the dance comp, which in that case, I wouldn't be. I mean, that's way too close. So yeah, it's going to depend on when that is. They haven't released that information as of yet. So
yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, if I do participate in the Floor Wars, which I never even passed the first round, but all you first can come and say, Taebyn, I see you there, and watch me not get to the second round. So that would be exciting and fun for me.
Yeah, we could. Yes, indeed. Shortly after FC, well, FC's therm. No, they're not a therm. They're a theme, but they're.
You know, if it had to do with actually us, then it would be something you could drink from, because it'd be a
thermos.
Oh, it was stupid.
That was so bad. Oh wow, that was a. Sometimes you have to climb the mountain to get to the pun, and that's all
you're
you can
very
really do.
unhappy. Like you're up there and you see out around you at the top of the mountain, and it's like, I'm really unhappy. I climbed this mountain. Taebyn, why did you make me climb that mountain?
Why did you make me climb the mountain? Right? I had to get a Sherpa and all sorts of things. But
and I left my thermos at home.
Right, and the theme for FC is the Millennium Edition.
Ah, that's right.
Yes.
With Hollywood stars. That is BoJack Fluffs are on the page all over the place. Yeah,
all over the place. Yes, they're building on last year's virtual con, I believe.
Yep.
And then the week after that, if you would like to go from San Jose to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. And
3 in a row.
You can go to the Anthro Expo in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, at the Sheridan Oklahoma City Downtown Hotel.
Woo.
I'd like to say it again because it sounds so fun. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
That was fun.
And that's upcoming events.
Speaking of upcoming events, did you hear, Barely, about the new, and all you furs that don't know, the new A&W Anthro Northwest dates? Have you seen this yet?
I heard rumors. I saw in the chats, a lot of people are not happy with the new events. With the new dates.
This pup, a lot of furs are not happy, and this pup is not either. So any fur that knows, it has been in November, and it's been moved to the first weekend of January for the next 7 years.
7 years?
Yep, he's got contracted out for 7
Wow.
years. So that's like right before further confusion. And it's also a lot of furs like first week of their term. So it's, a lot of furs aren't very happy about this.
Well, must be where they can only get the time for the hotel.
Yeah,
and they kind of locked it in. But
actually, I was talking to some furs in the know, as it were.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the only time they really, I do know that the concert Gabriel wanted to get it back in November or October or something like that. I forget the details, but that's really the only time. I think, in fact, for the next year, well, it's not November next year, but the next one, there were only, because of like the hotels all booked up and everything, and the only times were either that particular weekend or the weekend of Christmas. And so that wasn't going to happen. So
that wasn't going to happen at all. No, it'd be like 3 people there. It's
I know. It's
3
like,
furs. Hi there.
So I don't blame him. I understand why. It's going to be difficult for a lot of furs. Anyway.
So then is the first one in 2022?
Yeah, there's no A&W in, well.
22. So there's no A&W in 2022 then?
There's no A&W in 2022. This last year's, the one we were just at, is A&W 4. It's a good thing they started numbering instead of like their titles going by the year, because it's off now. NW5 will be January of 2023.
23.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And you can go on any fur that wants to like get these dates in their calendar can go to the A&W Anthro Northwest Wiki Fur page, and they're all for the next 7 years, all listed there. So you can plan your next 7 years.
That's a big commitment. 7 years. I'm surprised that a hotel would contract out that far, but more power to him, I guess. It's like, that's amazing.
No,
So-
Gabriel's a really, he's very organized. And I do know in the past, he's like contracted 3 to 5 years ahead of time to, get it all set in stone. So,
wow. Okay. It's, let's take us into story time.
Okay.
And the story time this week is something I have that one of a longtime listener and big participant with all of at our cons and at our different things, TikTok, sent me this book and asked me to read it. And I said it would be perfect for our Christmas edition. In addition? No.
Or
Yes,
edition. The
edition.
10th edition of...
I guess. The 12 Days of Christmas. It's called The 12 Days of Christmas Correspondence.
Correspondence.
Yeah,
so shout out to TikTok. As Barely said, longtime listener. I think TikTok's been listening since like not the first episode, but like a long time. And seen them at cons and everything. So TikTok's even come to some of my panels. So yay. And I don't know anything about this story. So I'll be listening to this for the first time myself. I didn't even know the title. This is exciting.
This is exciting.
You first
All right.
exciting? I'm excited. Okay, Barely, take it away.
Okay, here we go. 25 December. My dearest darling, that partridge in that lovely little pear tree. What an enchanting, romantic, poetic present. Bless you and thank you. Your deeply loving Emily.
Oh.
26 December. My dearest darling Edward, the 2 turtle doves arrived this morning and are cooing away in the pear tree as I write. I'm so touched and grateful. With
so cute.
undying love, as always, Emily.
Love it.
27 December. My darling Edward, you do think of the most original presents. Whoever thought of sending anybody 3 French hens? Do they really come all the way from France? It's a pity we have no chicken coops, but I expect we'll find some. Thank you anyway. They're heaven.
Nice.
Your loving Emily.
Nice.
28 December. Dearest Edward, what a surprise. 4 calling birds arrived this morning. They are very sweet, even if they do call rather loudly. They make telephoning impossible, but I expect they'll calm down when they get used to their new home. Anyway, I'm very grateful. Of course I am. Love from Emily.
I love where this is going, actually.
29 December. Dearest Edward, the postman just delivered 5 most beautiful gold rings, 1 for each finger and all fitting perfectly. A really lovely present. Lovelier in a way than birds, which do take rather a lot of looking after. The 4 that arrived yesterday are still making a terrible row, and I'm afraid none of us got much sleep last night. Mummy says she wants to use the rings to wring their necks. She's only joking, I think, though I know what she means. But I love the rings. Bless you, love, Emily. 30 December. Dear Edward, whatever I expected to find when I opened the front door this morning, it certainly wasn't 6 sucking great geese laying eggs all over the doorstep. Frankly, I rather hoped you had stopped sending me birds. We have no room. We have no room for them, and they have already ruined the croquet lawn. I know you meant well. I know you meant well, but let's call a halt, shall we? Love, Emily. 31 December. Edward, I thought I said no more birds. But this morning, I woke to find no less than 7 swans all trying to get into our tiny goldfish pond.
Oh, no.
I'd rather not think what happened to the goldfish.
Oh, poor goldfish.
The whole house seems to be full of birds, to say nothing of what they leave behind them. Please, please stop. Your Emily.
Oh my.
1st of January. Frankly, I think I prefer birds. What am I to do with 8 milkmaids and their cows? Is this some kind of joke? If so, I'm afraid I don't find it very amusing. Emily. 2nd January. Look here, Edward, this has gone far enough. You say you're sending me 9 ladies dancing. All I can say is that judging from the way they dance, they're certainly not ladies. The village just isn't accustomed to seeing a regiment of shameless hussies with nothing on but their lipstick cavorting around the green.
Oh, no.
And it's Mummy and I who get blamed. If you value our friendship, which I do less and less each day, kindly stop this ridiculous behavior at once.
I hope
Emily.
they at least get along with the milkmaids, because they need friends.
Yes. 3rd of January. Edward, as I write this letter, 10 disgusting old men are prancing about all over what used to be the garden. Before the geese and the swans and the cows got to it, and several of them, I notice, are taking inexcusable liberties with the milkmaids. Meanwhile, the neighbors are trying to have us evicted. I shall never speak to you again, Emily.
Oh no, love lost.
4th of January. Edward, this is the last straw. You know I detest bagpipes.
Oh no.
The place has now become something between a menagerie and a madhouse, and the man from the council has just declared it unfit for habitation. At least Mummy was spared all the last outrage. They took her away this afternoon in an ambulance. I hope you're satisfied.
Oh no, Edward, come on, get a clue.
On the 5th of January, sir, our client, Miss Emberly Wilbraham, instructs me to inform you that with the arrival on her premises at 7:30 this morning of the entire percussion section of the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra and several of their friends, she has no course left open to her but to seek an injunction to prevent your importuning her any further. I am, sir, yours faithfully, G. Creep, Solicitor at Law. And that is the 12 Days of Christmas correspondence.
Oh, that... And you know what's the worst thing about that is that poor partridge and its pear tree had to survive through all. I hope it survived through all that.
All of those birds. I never really thought about all the birds that were sent to them. Yes.
That was amazing. That was a true journey. Thank you, TikTok, for taking us on that
very much.
journey.
For that very wonderful journey through the 12 days of Christmas.
And you know, we witnessed in horrible, gut-wrenching detail, we saw a love get lost. Like, this relationship is over.
It's done.
It's
done.
It ended in a lawsuit.
Yes. And I'm sure that they ate the chickens at this point. Yes.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she was pretty fed up with the chickens. It's like, I need my Thanksgiving dinner and everything, so I'll have some chickens.
Would you like to get to some Christmas trivia?
Oh, please. Let's do that. Let's just do that.
All right. Put on your Santa Christmas thinking cap.
My puppy Santa cap is on.
You remember Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right?
Well, he had a very shiny nose.
He did. But he started out as a marketing gimmick. Do you know what store he started out as a marketing gimmick for?
Ed McMahon's Pearl Emporium of Sleeves.
No, close. Close.
Oh, good. I was close. That's good.
It was Montgomery Ward's.
Oh, that was very close.
Very close. I mean, you know, Ed McMahon's Pearl Emporium of Sleeves was right next door to Montgomery Ward.
Right next door. I had to think
door.
I had to think over a block. Okay.
Yeah, it was, if you were one block over and one block up, you would have been great. So anyway.
Okay, I was close. Good.
There are 3 correct answers to this next question.
Uh-oh. Do I have to get all 3?
No, you can get one of any of the 3.
Okay.
According to Funk and Wagnall's research department, which I'm making
that
up.
Yeah? So
yes,
say that again?
The Funk and Wagnall's research department.
Okay.
Yes. What is the most popular Christmas elf?
Okay, I'm going to have to puppy logic my way through this one. So, we've got Funk and Wagnalls, and my tail wags.
Okay.
And since I'm a dorky pup, that must mean Dopey, the elf, is sitting on his reindeer, and Rudolph is right next to him. He's not on Rudolph. They're right next to each other. Then they go to Montgomery Ward's, which is the beaver's dad's name is Ward. Oh, so we're on to something now. That means Eddie Haskell came along and he played the bongos because of the new Leave It to Beaver and everything, which means that this elf's in question, his name is Jupiter Hat.
Well, okay. That's a good elf name, Jupiter Hat.
It is, right? I see.
However, there are 3 elves in the Christmas season that are considered the most popular. Now, the first one, you may know, you've probably heard of Elf on the Shelf.
Oh, yes, not Jupiter Hat. Okay.
Not Jupiter Hat.
It's got to be the second one, right? The second one is Jupiter Hat.
Well, the second one is from Rudolph, so you were close, but the Hermie was the other elf that's one of the most popular elves.
Okay, so
he was the one to be the dentist.
Well,
Well, sir, someday I'd like to be a dentist.
Oh, okay. And since
Yes.
dentists have to take off their hat when
Yes.
they travel to Jupiter, that must mean the third one is Jupiter hat, right?
No, the third one
Oh.
is Buddy from the
Oh.
movie Elf.
Oh,
Remember that
well,
movie? Yeah.
I did not get even close. I got kind of close with the dentist thing, but I
Yes.
failed once again. Okay.
Yeah.
Puppy
So-
logic threw me
And
off there.
your next question, of the 50 states in the United States, which one was the first one to declare Christmas an official holiday?
New York.
Close. It was Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
Oh, really?
We talked about Oklahoma earlier.
You
So
did,
yes,
and
it was Oklahoma. Yes.
I should have thought back to earlier in the episode.
Yes.
I would not have guessed Oklahoma. New York
Right,
kind of made
right.
sense because of like shopping and everything, but
Shopping in the
I would
Miracle
not
on
have
34th
guessed
Street and
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So
and Buddy
which
Holly
funny,
and all that.
So the funny story about the Miracle on 34th Street, which was a classic Christmas movie,
Mm-hmm.
it really wasn't about Christmas.
Oh, really?
No, it was about proving the existence of Santa Claus on Thanksgiving
Oh,
because he was in the Macy's parade at the end.
oh,
And they were trying to prove his existence. And that was the Miracle on 34th Street because the parade took place on 34th Street.
I had no idea. CEU earned like double time. I had no idea. No idea.
So speaking of things that are not necessary, well, I just gave it away. True or false? Jingle Bells was originally meant as a Christmas song.
No, that's false. It was not. It's my
Incorrect.
guess.
It was not. It was a
Okay.
Thanksgiving song, actually.
Jingle bells
So-
jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a
One-horse
Is
open
the sleigh
sleigh.
made of turkey or something? What? I don't
Well,
get it.
no, because you're going over the river and through the woods to grandma's house. It's the horse knows the way to carry the sleigh.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah. That's Jingle Bells. It was about going to Thanksgiving dinner, not Christmas dinner. Huh.
I don't even
Who
know
knew,
what to
right?
say about that.
I don't have it right. Yeah, okay.
Oklahoma cats are being friends with dogs. Mailmen are
I know,
getting
it's-
seasick. This is craziness.
It's anarchy, I tell you. All right.
The squirrels
Taebyn?
in their socks, I tell you.
So it must make it easy for Santa when the squirrels hang their little socks by the chimney because it's just little tiny socks.
Just put a little
somewhere.
grain of rice in each one. That's pretty easy.
It fills it up. Yeah. All right. Name Santa's reindeer.
Oh, I should have actually guessed you would ask it. Okay.
Mhm.
Rudolph.
It's not technically one of his reindeer, but yes. Okay.
Oh, right. It's not. Ah, that's true. It's not.
It's not.
So I'm starting off by listing off reindeer that are not Santa's reindeer. So
Yes.
Rudolph, I got that right.
Rudolph and Schnitzen
and Schnitzen.
Yeah.
And Periwinkle Blue Jupiter Hat.
Right. Yeah. All of them are not the reindeer.
All of them are
They're
not.
in training.
So there is they're in training, right?
They're yes.
So there's Dancer and Blitzen and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen and Come Donner and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen and Periwinkle Blue and what's I know the other one. Boy George.
Do you really want to hurt me?
What's, yes.
and that's
Do
all.
you really want to hurt me?
Do you really want to hurt me now? See, well, because Boy George was in the very back.
Yes, the very back.
The reindeer kept kicking. And
I
so
know.
Boy George is like, do you really want to hurt me now? Come on.
I mean, unless you're the lead reindeer, all you see is reindeer butt. So,
That's-
you know,
Oh,
No.
so that's my answer. That's my final answer.
it's Dasher and Dancer. You forgot Dasher.
Okay.
Dasher and Dancer, Prancer and Vixen, Comet and
Vixen.
Cupid, Donner, which is sometimes known as Dunder or Donder, and Blitzen, which is sometimes known, depending on the translation, as Blixen. Now, Donner and Blitzen are two names that come from the Dutch.
There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
Meaning thunder and lightning.
Oh, I'm thinking of
And-
Rainbow Dash right now. Rainbow
I know.
Dash.
And in some of the old stories of St. Nicholas and the flying reindeer, Donner and Blitzen were the lead reindeer, and they would give thunder and lightning to mark the arrival of Santa Claus.
nice. Very dramatic.
Yeah.
They
Very
are drama queenies.
Dromedare, yes.
Dromedare all over.
Not dromedaries, but dromedares.
No.
Taebyn, thank you for joining me on this Christmas day and this Christmas morning.
Hey, it's been
For those that are
wonderful. It's
listening,
been wonderful.
It's been wonderful. It's been great. I'm sipping my cocoa, having some peppermint sticks. And as some of our listeners may know, that I'm not allowed to play with my toys for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Who am I kidding? I'm a full-grown bear now. I can play with my toys whenever I want.
Yeah, you.
I know. So I hope every fur had a great Christmas. I hope every fur has a great New Year's Eve next week. Party responsibly. Wait a minute. Party responsibly? These are furs I'm talking about.
Oh, these are furs. Let's think about this now.
I say, okay, if you can't respond, well, if you party hard, be sure to be safe. Be sure to check our merch at bonfire.com. Help support us when you can. Taebyn will be on hiatus, I guess vacation, the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to have a co-host the next couple of weeks. And join us next week when our co-host will be the longtime friend and provider of the book today, TikTok.
Yay,
He's going to be
TikTok.
my co-host next week, yes. And we'll have fun with those days. Taebyn, it is your turn to take us out.
I will take you out on a date to 5 hugs from me, I guess. I don't know. Anyway,
I'd rather go out on a fig, not a date.
I'd rather go on I know, a date, like a fig is at least a little bit bigger. If you go out on a date, you have to like balance. It's like you can't do that. It's tiny.
True,
it's
yeah.
tiny. So like those are the things you put in the squirrel socks. Why am I going out on it? Anyway, thank you every fur. Yes, so much, especially if you listen to this on Christmas Day. Write us in, as I talked about. And
Yes.
write us in and research it out and let us know that you actually listened to this on Christmas Day. Very sacrificial of you, I must say. Thank you. Happy Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Merry thanks. New Year's
Kwanzaa.
Meow Day, Kwanzaa with the boxing hat or something, or whatever it is you celebrate this time of year. It's been a really good Christmas day for us both, I think. We've had a lot of fun. It's been good times. I hurt myself laughing a bunch, and that was exciting. All I can say to that is thank you for all your support in listening to us and supporting us in any way you can. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much. And until next week, we bark at ya. Moobarkfluff. Have a great one. See you next time.
Barely Furcasting is an Injured Nerves studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms or can be heard directly at barelyfurcasting.com. The opinions expressed here are those of the hosts and their guests, and no commercial compensation was granted. The Furcast is produced, recorded, and directed by me, Barely Normal, also known as Mike Began, and is edited by myself and our associate editors Rain Raccoon and Bixby Wolf. Opening and closing theme music for this episode is from the YouTube Free Use Library. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com or on our Telegram chat at BFFTchat, on Twitter, on our Facebook page, or on the barelyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at ko-fi.com/barelyfurcasting or through Patreon at patreon.com/barelyfurcasting. On behalf of the entire BFFT family, we wish you and yours a very merry and safe holiday season. Thanks for listening. We hope you come back and listen next week.